Discovering a strange vehicle following you, make 4 right turns in succession, essentially forming a circle. If they persist, they're tailing you. Knowing these facts could save your life, so listen carefully. Vital information, with a surprising fact to come. If bitten by a snake, keep the affected limb immobilized at or slightly below heart level to slow venom spread. When caught in a stampede, rather than pushing against the flow, move diagonally towards the edge to escape the crushing center. Join the smart crowd. Like and follow for more mind-blowing facts. If hiking in areas with mountain lions, make yourself appear larger and use a firm, assertive voice to dissuade them from approaching. If your car is plunging into water, remember that you have a window of approximately 30-60 seconds to escape, and it's often easier to exit through the window rather than the door. When caught in a sandstorm, shield your nose and mouth with cloth to prevent inhalation of particulate matter and find shelter behind a stable barrier. When stuck in a blizzard, resist the urge to leave your vehicle. It provides shelter and increases your chances of being found by rescuers. If lost without a compass, remember the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. If, in the northern hemisphere, Polaris, the North Star, remains a navigational aid in the night sky. If you find yourself in a riptide at the ocean, don't fight it by trying to swim straight back to shore. Instead, swim parallel to the shoreline until you're out of the current. If bitten by a snake, avoid using a tourniquet. Keeping calm and immobile will slow the spread of venom more effectively. Discovering a strange vehicle following you, make 4 right turns in succession, essentially forming a circle. If they persist, they're tailing you. If bitten by a snake, keep the affected limb immobilized at or slightly below heart level to slow venom spread. When caught in a stampede, rather than pushing against the flow, move diagonally towards the edge to escape the crushing center. Join the smart crowd. Like and follow for more mind-blowing facts. In a mass shooting scenario, always prioritize running and hiding in a secure place over confronting the shooter. Should you become lost in a desert, prioritize moving during the cooler temperatures of the night to conserve energy and water. During an earthquake, stand in a doorway or crouch beside a bed or sofa, protecting your head and neck to safeguard against falling debris. When in icy waters, try to retain as much body heat by keeping as still as possible, and if you must move, do so slowly to conserve energy. Comment if you've done any of these before. When encountering an alligator, run away in a straight line, as despite myths, they can move quite fast in zigzagging. If trapped in a sinking car, remember that seat headrests are often designed to break windows. Push the metal prongs against the corner of the glass. In a power outage, refrain from opening the refrigerator to maintain its coolness and prevent food from spoiling prematurely. In a suspected case of food poisoning, maintaining hydration becomes paramount due to the risk of dehydration from vomiting and diarrhea. If you're confronted by a threatening dog, avoid eye contact, stand sideways to minimize your profile, and slowly create distance, resisting the urge to turn your back or run. If an aggressive dog approaches you, maintain eye contact, but avoid direct staring. It's a delicate balance to assert dominance without inciting attack. In an avalanche, spit to find which way is up and dig the opposite direction. Should you find yourself lost in a dense forest, staying put greatly enhances your chances of being found, rather than wandering aimlessly. Upon experiencing a tire blowout while driving, resist the instinct to immediately brake hard. Instead, maintain your speed or slightly accelerate to regain control. If caught outdoors in a lightning storm, adopt a crouching position with only your feet touching the ground to minimize your height and ground contact, reducing the risk of being struck. When a tornado looms, seek a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor if underground options are unavailable. In the event of a power outage, keep the refrigerator closed to preserve its coolness and prevent food spoilage. If you're caught outdoors in a lightning storm and can't seek shelter in a building, avoid open fields, lone trees, and water, opting for a low-lying area like a valley or ravine if absolutely necessary. Should you accidentally start a grease fire in your kitchen, never douse it with water. Suffocate it with a metal lid or use a fire extinguisher. If you are ever buried in an avalanche, spit to see which way the gravity pulls your saliva so you dig in the correct direction to surface. When facing an aggressive dog, Avoid making eye contact, stay non-confrontational, and slowly back away without turning your back to the animal. If an aggressive dog approaches you, maintain eye contact, but avoid direct staring. It's a delicate balance to assert dominance without inciting attack. In an avalanche, spit to find which way is up and dig the opposite direction. Should you find yourself lost in a dense forest, staying put greatly enhances your chances of being found, rather than wandering aimlessly. If caught in a forest fire, seek areas with minimal vegetation, lay flat on the ground, and cover your body with wet clothing or soil to avoid inhalation of smoke. Should you puncture your skin with a rusty object, prioritize a tetanus shot, even if your vaccinations are up to date. If you find yourself in a stampede, try to move sideways to the crowd until you can find an exit, while keeping your hands up by your chest, protecting your vital organs. Always ensure to identify and be aware of safe exit points when in crowded areas to prevent being trapped in precarious situations. You were meant to learn these facts, so follow for more.